GSL Season 3.
What's up, guys? This is the GSL Code S. We had a swap in the scheduling here. We had a problem with Zest computers, so we actually the Terran vs. Terran first. Cure just won. We're going to go to the PvZ now with Zest against Soulkey. But before that, let's talk about the events going on down here at the GOM studio.
That's right. Look at all these awesome events. Collect the most coins by the grand finals. That computer's worth over $1,000. That's crazy.
Now we have different events going on for people that can consistently be in the studio, and then those that want to participate in contests.
That's right. There's going to be a lucky winner drawing if you put your coins in.
Yeah, you can donate your coins there for a drawing as well. We want everybody to have the opportunity to be a winner here at GOM.
That's right. And, well, you know, with this, all you have to do is show up. You don't have to be like these poor pro gamers where the only winner is going to be
Yeah, you know they say that half of life is showing up. Well, all of life at GOM is just showing up here.
That's for you and I. That's for sure.
So come down here and participate in these.
Yeah.
We do have events that are exclusively for the foreign fans, for non-residents here of Seoul.
Now look at this. We have the International Footprints Race, and you come down. Don't worry, you don't need to own a Polaroid camera. No one owns those except for artsy girls. So you come down, and we'll have one. We'll take your picture.
Even hipster grills are welcome down here, too, with their Polaroid cameras.
Yeah.
Anybody can participate.
Hopefully you read that some, because I didn't have enough time to read it off to you. But basically, you're going to do a prediction. You're going to take your picture, and we're going to see which country has the most people come down. Will it be America, Australia, Sweden, perhaps? Maybe Germany. These are some of the countries that Taste I run into a lot of people down here, but make sure you participate in that one. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're posting all the pictures in the lobby and everything, so definitely do that. If you're in the audience today, make sure you stop by and get your picture taken.
Yeah, for sure. Don't miss out.
And you can win stuff from it, so there you go.
We're going to go on to our second best of three today. This was scheduled to be our first, but there was some problems with the computer we had hooked up for Zest that we just saw there. Here's Soulkey, his opponent. Zest is currently the best PvP in the world.
I say he's second best. Rain's better.
You think Rain's better?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a fair statement there.
Yeah. But no, he's insane. And his PvZ is insane as well.
Yeah. Well, you know, Soulkey feels weird to say after casting him over the past 2 years. But I have to say today, I think he's got a really tough match here against Zest.
Anyone against Zest is ridiculously tough.
Yeah. You know, Zest was dominating as of late so well. Soulkey's been pretty consistent for the past like 16, 18 months now. But, you know, the way that Zest's been playing now, he seems to have such a deep game understanding. I think it's going to be tough. The first map is going to be Catalina.
All right.
And the winner of this best of three goes on to the winner's match, or third best of three, to face off against Cure, a Terran.
It's going to be a tough match for whoever makes it through. Let's see it, Tasteless. Catalina. Personally, my least favorite map in the pool right now.
All right.
Artosis doesn't win games on this map.
On a map Artosis doesn't approve of here in the GSL. Introducing our players in the center left. An incredible Protoss.
KT roster Zest.
And in the bottom right here in the red,
SK Telecom T1 Soulkey.
Sun is drawn out on 10. Is this going to be a hatch block or something?
the Nexus block.
Yeah, with a hatch.
I think it could be.
Could be.
I think it certainly could be. That's been getting slightly more popular nowadays.
It could just be he wants to go double hatch before pool. What he's going to run into is a pylon there, so probably double hatch before pool is a little bit dangerous. If that's what he was planning on. We'll see in a second here. Nice quick scout there by Zest, trying to figure out what's going on. By the way, I love watching the rotation of the metagame. For instance, you know, we saw so much recently. Nexus first into Gateway. I now notice that he's going for a specific 9-pylon scout with a forge, around 14 or so, to get a cannon rush off. And if your opponent goes for a Zergling rush, you can throw down a cannon And yes, in fact, it was for an offensive hatchery, so cool to see.
Yeah, this is going to be fun, especially with players of this caliber, to see how they handle this. We had a lot of games with attempted hatch in the Nexus locations that have failed. And now we have a pylon block, so this game's getting, like, really weird. There's the cannon now. These are defensive cannons, but they also are there to get rid of this hatchery.
That's right. That's why he's making two. One will always hold off Zerglings, but when there's a hatch behind you, things can get out of hand. You need an additional one to kill it quicker as well, as help deal with any flanks.
Zest so far has blocked that location there. And, oh, God, this game could not have gotten just weirder. This is the most...
That's pretty bad.
Off-beat game you're going to see for early game PvZ in a long time.
This is a really cool move by Zest, by the way, because he's forced the hatch here.
All we need now is for Zest to then cannon rush this this hatch up over here and make this game completely insane.
He could, too. They wouldn't be able to stop him in time, I don't think, if he really went for it. But by the way, Tasteless, like, I guess a very interesting part of this for me is he forced the third base over on that left-hand side. That spot is so easy to immortal push. If Zest decides to go for anything that basically has a bunch of sentries in it, it could be a gateway push or an immortal push. That's a very hard spot to stop it in because it's so thin.
Oh, he's going to go right for this extractor, and he's going to get the cancel up. Meanwhile, Ling is going to go over here, and he does manage now to get that gas up, which is very important because, as you were saying, you know, if Zest does want to do a timing there at that expansion in the bottom center there, in a bit of an unusual location, by the way, to take your second base. If Zest wants to do a timing against that, I mean, he could really punish Soulkey here.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. I'm really excited to see if that's what he wants to do. I feel like it's a great opportunity for it. So it looks like he will continue to wall in here. Of course, until that Cybernex core is done, not a whole lot to analyze from Zest's point of view. Soulkey finally getting his bases going. But yeah, that was an interesting early game there.
Yeah.
Both of them really slowing each other down quite a bit. But the thing is, both these guys are going to be completely comfortable with those situations.
Okay, so the cybernetics core almost done here. Let's see if we do have that robotics facility. Perhaps an immortal push will occur here.
Maybe. We'll see pretty soon. Oh,
nope,
okay,
Stargate. Okay.
Cool. Okay, so could be Oracle, could be Phoenix. I think both are completely reasonable here. The Overlord probably going to end up being able to scout it, which might force him into Phoenix-type play.
So the Overlord is scouting now, although he doesn't have confirmation just yet of what the tech here is of Zest. Meanwhile, Zerg just droning like crazy. It's 34-37 now.
Well, yeah, this is definitely going to be Phoenix play, I think. Well, it doesn't definitely have to be, but he's throwing a Robo down with it as well. So Phoenix into Colossus is an old and strong build. Going to be pretty good on any map, really. Especially when your opponent's scouting it, the Oracle is much weaker. So I think it's a really good choice, and I'm excited to see him choose this kind of anachronistic type of build, as opposed to, you know, the new standard metagame, which is plus 2 Blink Stalkers.
Well, sometimes bringing out these old school builds can be pretty effective. This is not, in fact, like the newest, trendiest thing for Zergs to be doing. Even though it's popular right now, it's been around before. And it's come back into style now that Protoss have mixed up different builds. It's especially strong for Zerg to do these hatch openers on the expansions on some of these maps that are a bit newer.
Wow, Tasteless, this is actually something else altogether.
Yeah, this is not completely crazy. So he's not even mining gas from the two gases that his expansion. Zest is not. He's throwing up a bunch of gates. I think we're going to have 6 total here. And he's making a warp prism.
Yeah.
So we are going to have a very strong ground attack here as these Phoenixes start to clean up the rest of these Overlords.
Well, there's 8 queens out right now. Wow, 8 queens. That is a lot. Oh my God. I'm actually like kind of in shock that he has 8 queens, but
I know, seriously.
You know, definitely can help him out with that warp prism. Definitely can help him out and keep those Phoenixes back as well. Look at this, he's even bringing a probe.
What? This is so cool.
He's gonna make a pylon. He's going to Manor Nexus in the main base. Oh, God.
Oh, my God. I've seen it all.
Pretty awesome.
Force field right there.
Well, this is 7 gates. Or no, it's 6 gates right now. And the fact that he's making a...
You know, the number of queens, though, is a bit alarming.
Yeah, 8 queens. If that Warp Prism gets taken out, suddenly that cannon is pretty wasteful. But look at this. He is trying to hold this ramp. Okay, he does have another force field.
Problem is that with that many queens even behind the force field, I mean, this doesn't have the same strength.
Well, he's got to, he's got to stay back from it. That's for sure. Oh my God! Oh my God! He needs to push his way up the ramp, and he does. Oh, that's huge. He's definitely going to hold this, I think.
Well, let's see. Right? There's another warp in here. I'm not entirely sure.
The cannon is changing the math hugely.
Yeah, the cannon makes things a little bit harder to compute here, since we don't normally have situations like we see like this.
I can't even believe this crazy build that we're seeing out of Zest right now.
That doesn't sound. I mean, the spines have almost burrowed, but
that's a pretty big deal right there. But look at this, the queens.
More zealots coming up though.
He had 8 queens, and they're almost all going to be gone now, Tasteless.
I can't believe this. I think we're down to 3 queens now. Make it 2. Make it 1.
What a crazy game.
Okay, that was.
This
so
cannon is blowing my mind.
Force field up in time?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll actually get it up no matter what.
If he decides to cast it, he will.
Yeah.
I guess not.
I thought it was a little bit closer there, but yeah, he never got the force field up, as you were mentioning. Yeah, I think he just won the game.
Well, you know, I guess a cannon is a pretty good unit, huh?
Yeah, cannons are pretty good. I guess that's why Protoss make them to defend their expansions there.
But also now to attack inside of Zerg main bases.
When's the last time we saw this used? I think it was like 3 years ago.
With the cannon?
Yeah, with the cannon we saw it 3 years ago.
I don't think... Have we ever seen it like this?
I think we had
Phoenix is into a 6-gate Warp Prism cannon?
No, we did not see that ever before, but we did have a game where someone made a cannon under a Warp Prism.
It's been a long time.
Maybe it was actually an overseas event. I thought it was a GSL, though. But we have the Spire done, but, I mean, really moot point there as far as... anything to point out that might help the Zerg win this? I mean, Zest just did that.
That was crazy.
That's a crazy build.
Wow. Really exciting to see.
That's a crazy build because you don't see cannons in a Warp Prism so much, you forget you can do it.
Yeah.
You know?
I was like, well, that must be for a pylon so he can micro his Warp Prism.
I thought the same thing, Artosis. I was like, well, obviously he wants to just really make sure that he gets the warp in here with all those queens out. No, it's for a cannon.
Cannon did some real work, too. A cannon shoots quickly, it does a lot of damage, has huge range.
Yeah.
Detects stuff, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's just so strong. It keeps the Warp Prism very safe.
Yeah.
The warp-ins, even if you are warping something in that could be attacked, let's say, by a bunch of Zerglings, the cannon can cover, the cannon can draw attention, and you're going to get those warp-ins in. Now,
the cannon doesn't go anywhere. Like, they're not. If they kill the cannon, the rush is already over. Like, the cannon, he builds it in such a location, it's protecting warp-ins more than anything else.
You know what's crazy about that, Artosis? We saw almost all the queens and lings get up the ramp. I was 100% sure when we saw them get up there that this works. And then I saw the Phoenix
I thought he was going to break that, yeah.
Then the Phoenix pickups occurred, and I'm like, okay.
And the cannon killed a ton of lings there. That was, like, really, really cool.
Yeah.
I hope you Zerg players out there have to deal with that on the ladder all week long.
Now, the map that Soulkey picks is Merry-Go-Round.
Yes, indeed. Merry-Go-Round, very good map for ZBP. That third base can be quite difficult to take. The natural's pretty wide open, so Soulkey could even mix in something like Speedlings, but Zest seems to be a step ahead of like last week's meta where we were seeing a lot of that. You know, he opened up there with what was meant to be a cannon rush. So if I'm Soulkey, if I was already thinking about doing the Speedling rush, I may reconsider.
All right, it's time for game number 2. Tell your friends to definitely check out that